When I think of my earliest gaming memories, all I can think of is Mario. If it's the gorgeous plains of Super Mario World or the havoc-filled courses of Super Mario Kart, it's really difficult to think of anything else from back then that had as serious of an impact on me as Mario did. As I grew older, I began to appreciate these games even more. Just the deliberate manner in which the levels were designed made me grow a new interest in level design, and with that, the desire to create my own levels. I'd always lusted after some kind of official tool from Nintendo, but it never happened. Super Mario Maker isn't a tool. Tools have an inherent sense of professionalism to them. Super Mario Maker is a game. Yet its ability to create levels goes way beyond any tool I could have ever dreamt of. So without further ado, let's take a look at Super Mario Maker. One of Super Mario Maker's strongest points is by far the design of its interface. It's kind of funny really that a game about designing has a really well designed interface. The interface in Super Mario Maker is just awesome. It's based on Mario Paint, which was a game on the Super Nintendo, which, you know, for the time it was actually very good, because it did exactly what I believe Super Mario Maker does. It turned boring paint applications like, well, paint, into a game. Rather than using a mouse, though, Mario Maker uses the touchscreen of the Wii U gamepad. But you'd be amazed how much of a perfect fit this interface actually is. I believe it fits even better than Mario Paint. You just tap everything. You tap to place objects, you drag to create terrain. You can combine objects by dragging them on top of each other, shaking objects to alternate them. It's just so easy to use, you don't even need to think. With the amount of creative freedom this game gives you, you can quite literally make anything. Stuff way beyond the original titles. Stuff that would never have been possible. It's crazy. Super Mario Maker actually lets you create levels from 4 different Mario styles. Super Mario Bros., Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario World, and New Super Mario Bros. U. To me, this is one of the most interesting parts of Super Mario Maker. There's nothing better than making a level in Super Mario Bros. And then flipping the style over to Super Mario World or New Super Mario Bros. U, just to see how this different style actually affects the gameplay and the way your level works. You might find that a level you've designed for Super Mario World may not actually work in the original styles because each style comes with its features and physics intact. Mario 3 has the P meter, Mario World, spin jump. New Super Mario Bros. U has the wall jump, butt stomp, and air stall. And Super Mario Bros. 1 has that weird jumping thing. You know what I mean. It does hurt me a little bit to see no Super Mario Bros. 2 in these styles, but at the same time, I'm not surprised. Mario 2 was the only one of the original trilogy, quadrilogy, flopology, I don't fucking know. It's the only one out of the original games that didn't have the same, or at least similar, physics. It didn't play the same, and that's because it wasn't originally a Mario game. It was originally Doki Doki Panic. And that being said, a lot of us grew up with it as Mario 2, and, you know, nobody telling us it's Doki Doki Panic is going to take that away from us, because to us it's still Mario 2. So I'm a little disappointed, but even so, I'm not really surprised either. What would a Mario game be like without castles, undergrounds, ghost houses, athletic levels? Well, that last one is Mario Maker, because there's no athletic style in Mario Maker. I don't know why, but I have a sneaking suspicion it might be something to do with the fact that the athletic levels are pretty much the same as the ground levels, except they have different music. So yeah, if you were the biggest fan of those athletic levels with that really good athletic music, you're out of luck, unfortunately. I can't recommend this game to you any less. But for those of you who don't give a shit, which I'm sure is a lot of you, Mario Maker actually comes with a fuck me, what the fuck is that? Fairly large amount of styles, and those styles are actually really interesting in the way that you can actually use styles in games where they didn't previously exist. So you can get things like the airship in Super Mario World, which is really odd. It even comes with its own original music and Yoshi Bongo version of that music. 10 out of 10. best Yoshi bongo music there is. And that isn't the only new area to have new music. There's also a ghost house in Mario 1 and Mario 3, and goddamn, they're good. You should go listen to them. Go buy the Mario Maker soundtrack. I don't know if they sell it yet, but you buy it when it comes out if they're gonna. I don't know, maybe. While on the subject of music, Edit Mode has its own original music for each style in each game, which is crazy. The music is usually a lighter version of the in-game music, which fits the tone very well because you're editing a level. And while placing blocks down, you actually get an audible voice which sings, in a way I guess, the object you just placed in time with the music, which is actually amazing, you know, like it's such a nice touch which makes placing objects that much more satisfying. Warp pipes are a thing. To use warp pipes, you just drag Mario onto a pipe and down he goes. You're then able to place a pipe in a new area. You can choose the style of this area, but not the game, unfortunately. So you can't go from Mario 1 into Mario U, that would be kind of trippy as hell. You are limited to only 2 zones at once though, and to get out, you drag Mario into another pipe, and then you place an exit pipe from the warp zone in a new zone. Easy! Super Mario Maker also has this really unique sound effects system where you can place sound effects on sort of like an overlay, and using certain objects and triggering certain enemies will cause a sound effect to play. The sound effect, just like any other item, can be shaken to be alternated, and yeah, they're pretty interesting, but I personally don't use them. And it's not because I think they're bad, it's because I think they're really annoying. You know, you'll get that one person who puts like the screaming help me sound on like every fucking enemy or something, and you will want to strangle this person after about 5 minutes. It's okay, and you know, there are some uses for it. For example, the only thing I use it for is to, if I make like a secret room or something, I will put the secret room music entry thing, which you can do. You can also enable the boss music with like an entry sound effect too, which is really cool. So I like that stuff. The sound effects can be a bit weird though. Sometimes you'll put like the music thing I was just talking about on a pipe, so that when you enter a special pipe warp zone, it plays music, right? Makes sense, except no it doesn't, because sometimes the music will stop playing for some reason. So what I do to fix that is basically just put the sound effect on fucking everything in the room so that it never stops playing, which I shouldn't have to do. It should play pretty much until I leave the general area of that item. Honestly not sure why that happens. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, I don't know. Super Mario Maker hits a really good baseline for objects and enemies. You get a fair amount of objects from all 4 games. There are a few notable things missing, but it's okay. You know, you get most of your enemies, you get most of your objects, you get most of your gameplay mechanics intact. And I suppose with this baseline they've managed to hit, you're actually able to kind of mix and match some objects and items which were not previously available in certain game styles, which I think is really cool. So being able to use wigglers in Mario 1, for example, is just badass. Unfortunately, there are no slopes or checkpoints, which are 2 pretty big omissions, I'd say. Stuff which would kind of be necessary in a Mario game, you know, and I'm kind of confused at why they're not in place. But I guess for simplicity's sake, these 2 things had to be omitted. I do hope though that Nintendo reconsiders and re-adds these things, but, you know, it's not the end of the world. I think the biggest draw for me of Super Mario Maker is its ease of use. I have used some third-party tools and level editors maybe in the past, don't sue me Nintendo, that are not even close to being as good as this. Just like tiny details about Mario Maker make it so superior to these things. Like the ability to instantly jump in and out of the level at any point. The fact that if you jump into a level while you're floating in the air, if you're not above a platform will spawn beneath you. All the details like that make Super Mario Maker just an amazing experience. I believe, even if you're not into level design, that you can enjoy Super Mario Maker. It is excellent, and I cannot recommend it enough based on the edit mode. I hope you'll join me in part 2, where I'll be discussing the play mode of Super Mario Maker. The play mode consists of 10 Mario Challenge and Course World. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.